In this video, I'm going to go over the questions from our unit review. So this first question is an inequality question. Which number line represents the solution to the inequality? So step one is you do have to solve the inequality before you can figure out the solution on the number line. So the inequality is 11x plus 450 is greater than or equal to 1,110. So we're going to go ahead and inverse first the addition by subtracting 450 from both sides, and that gives us 660. So now we know that 11x is greater than or equal to 660, and so now we have to inverse the multiplication by doing division. So we're going to divide both sides by 660, and that gives us x is greater than or equal to 60. Now, greater than or equal to means that that 60 is included in the solution, so we do use a closed circle. And because it's greater than, our number line or our solution should go to the right. Greater than goes to the right, and less than goes to the left. Goes to left. So in this case, by the way, because we know it's a closed circle because of this line underneath it, we can eliminate the answer choices that have an open circle. And then because it's greater than, it goes to the right. We're going to go ahead and choose C as our answer. X is greater than or equal to 60. Okay, so this next question says, the math club at Sam Houston Middle School has 20 members. Only 30% of the members attended Friday's meeting. What is the number that did not attend? If there are 100% of the members is 20 members and only 30% attended, the percentage that did not attend is 70%. So we're going to need to figure out what 70% of 20 is. And so two ways we can do this is we can set up a proportion. And we can solve for 70 over 100 equals x over 20. And we can cross multiply. 20 times 70 is 2 times 7 is 14, so that's 1,400. Divided by 100, cross out your common zeros, is just 14 members. That's one way you can solve it. Or you can solve it using the decimal method. 70% is equal to 0.7. And so 20 times 0.7 is 14.0. Same answer. For the next question, James paid $12.75 for a pizza. That amount included 8% sales tax. So round to the nearest cent how much you paid before tax. So that means that this being 100% of the price, actually this price is not 100% because this included the sales tax, so it's actually 108%, and 100% of the price would be the amount before tax. So we would set up a one chart, and we already know what 108% of the price is. We want to know what 100% of the price is, and so 108% of the price is $12.75. What is 100%? And we can just multiply we can multiply $12.75 times 100, which is just 1,275, because that's just moving the decimal 2 places to the right. And then we're going to divide by 108, and that's really the only part that you're doing the division on here. And that should give us $11.80. Okay, Amanda increased the number of proteins she eats every day. The key word here is that by what percentage does she increase? If you're looking for a percent increase or decrease, we call that a percent change. And if you recall, the way that we solve for percent change is we put change over original equals x over 100. And so the change is 54 minus 48, which is a change of 6. over the original, which is 48, is equal to x over 100. 6 times 100 is 600. 600 divided by 48 is 12.5%. Dylan wants to buy a new video game. He found the game at different stores for a price of $72. So store A is 20% off. That means that if you're getting a 20% discount, that you're paying only 80% of the price. Okay? 80% of the price. We can set up a wand chart, or we could do a decimal. 80 over 100 equals x over 72. And so 72 times 80 is 5,760 divided by 100. Actually, dividing by 100 is just moving the decimal 2 places, so 57.60 is the price at the store. Store A, you end up getting it for 57.60. Store B this time gives you a fraction. So, by the way, if you're getting 1/6 off, then the amount that you're paying is, you have 6 over 6 is the full price minus the 1 over 6 that you're getting, that's 5 over 6, right? And so if you're getting, the portion of the price that you're paying is 5 over 6, so we would just multiply this number, 72 over 1 times 5 over 6. And that gives us, can we simplify before we multiply? We can, and you should. 72 times 5, which is 360. 6 times 1 is 6. We know that 36 divided by 6 is 6, so this must be 60. So the store B is $60. Store C is offering $10 off, so obviously that's 72 minus 10, which is 62, and therefore the best deal is store A. Okay? When Sarah's on the cross-country team, she ran 2.1 miles. So in this question, you know that the 2.1 represents 60%, but you want to know the total. So this time, you've been given the percentage, you've been given the part, but you're solving for the whole. And every time you see a percentage, you put it over 100. And this time, the 2.1 actually represents the 60%, and we're solving for the 100%. So 2.1 times 100 is just 210, because that's moving it 2 places. Divide by 60. Cross out your common zeros. 21 divided by 6. Well, that's 3, because 6 times 3 is 18. You have 3 left over 6. 3 and 3, 6 is the same thing as 3.5. Answer choice D. So the next one. Caroline wants to buy a new outfit. She bought a pair of jeans for $32.50 and a shirt for $12.75. How much sales tax will she pay on her outfit? So you're only looking for the sales tax on this one. You're not looking for the price with sales tax. So first you got to add them up. You got to add up the $32.50 plus the $12.75. So that's $45.25 before tax, and so 8.25% is the same thing as 0.0825. So you can just multiply 45.25 times 0.0825. And you can also do a proportion. And that should give you $3.73 as your final answer. By the way, if you chose this, that just means your decimal's in the wrong place, but you could have easily avoided that by ballparking the answer, right? Because there's no way that she's paying $37 in taxes on a purchase this small. Okay. Last week, the bakery sold 1,200 worth of products. This week, the bakery sold 1,440. What is the percent increase? So remember, because it's a percent change, we're going to do change over original equals x over 100. The change is 240. And the original, so that's 240 over the original, which is 1,200 equals x over 100. I crossed out my common zeros just to make the computation easier to work with. That's 2,400 divided by 120. Cross out my common zeros again. That's 240 divided by 12, which is 20. All right? Emily wants to buy a new watch. She receives a coupon in the mail for 5% off. The watch she wants is $57. If she already has $40 saved, how much money does she need? Well, 5% off means she's no longer paying 100% of the price. She's paying 95% of the price. So 57 times 0.95 is $54.15. By the way, I could have also done this as a wand chart. 95 over 100 equals x over, 57? And then you could have solved it. Both methods work. Now you know that she needs $54, but she already has $40 saved, so that's $54.15 minus $40. So she needs $14 left. She needs $14 more. All right, that wraps it up.